All right, welcome back to my video. We are still talking about business mathematics, the mathematics of finance. Yes, we are still talking about money. So in this case, in this particular video, we want to talk about probability. So they say that agro manufacturing industry has discovered that out of 15 items provided, that 4 are defective. They now say that if 3 items are drawn at random, one after the other, okay, find the probability that they are non that they say that it is drawn one after the other. They didn't tell us whether it is with replacement or without replacement. Okay, so since they didn't tell us, let us assume that it is without replacement, though I'm still going to solve it with replacement so that you will not know the one, in case if anyone comes out in exam, you don't know how to solve it. So in this case, let's assume that it is without replacement. So solution. Now we know that number of defective is what? Is 4. So number of non-defective will now be the remaining. That is 15 minus 4, which will give you 11. Okay. So if you pick the first one, probability of picking the first one, probability of first one is 11. If you pick the first one, it is not. That is 11. Okay. 11 over the total. Don't forget that the total is 15. Okay. So if I pick the second one, probability of picking the second one, and it is the same non-defective. Now remember that it is without replacement. So I have picked the first one. So if I pick the first one, that means out of the non-defective, I have 10 remaining, and then out of the total, I have 14 remaining. Okay. So if I pick the third one, probability of picking the third one now, remember that I have picked one, I did not replace it, picked another one, I did not replace it. So the third one, I have 9 remaining, and I have 13 remaining. So the probability of picking the probability, we have probability 3 non-defective, 3 non-defective, first one, and you pick the second one, and you now pick the third one. And means multiplication in probability. So P1 times P2 times P3. So which will give you, our P1 is 11 over 15 times 10 over 14 times 9 over 13. Okay. So if you multiply out, you are going to be having that. If you multiply everything, you're going to be having 990 all over 2,739. Sorry, 30. So if you reduce it to the lowest, you're going to have 11 over 30, which is approximately 0.367. Okay, approximately 0.367. So that is the probability, as simple as that. So this is very, very simple. Now if it is with replacement, this one is without replacement. Now let's talk about if it is with replacement. So if we pick the first one, probability of picking the first one is 11 over 15. 11 over 15. Now probability of picking the second one, if I replace the first one I picked, so they are still complete, it's still 11 over 15 again. If I pick the third one again, I will replace that second one I picked, it's still 11 over 15 again. So the probability of 3 of them, 3 non-defective, will now be what? 11 over 15 times 11 over 15 again times 11 over 15. So which will give you, that is 11 divided by 15, then raised to power 3. So I'm going to have 1331 over 3375. As simple as that. So that is that. So I'm going to pause this video to write the next question. Okay, this particular one said that a basket contains 6 blue balls and then 4 white balls. If 2 balls are drawn at random without replacement, take note of this without replacement. Find the probability that they are of the same color, then they are of different color. So let us solve the first one. Solution 36. They are of the same color. First of all, we know that the number of blue balls are 6, okay, and the number of white balls are 4, while the total becomes 6 plus 4, which is equal to 10. Okay, now probability that they are of the same ball is that probability that you pick the first one, it will be blue, you pick the second one, it will not be blue again, or you will not pick the first one, it will be white, and then you pick the next one, it will be white. So that is it. It's either you pick blue or you pick white. So probability of picking the first blue would be what? 6 over 10 times, and means time. So, and probability of picking the second one, remember it is without replacement. So the blue has reduced to 5, while the total has reduced to 9. Okay? Or in mathematics means plus. We do the same thing again. Probability of picking the first white will be 4 over 10 times, and means and, which is times. Probability of picking the second white will now be what? 3 over 9, because you did not replace it. So one white is missing. So if one white is missing, that means the total is now 9. So if you do that, you will now get that the probability of picking the same color, probability of same color will now be equal to what? That is, this time this is 30. 30 over 90 plus 3 times 4 is 12 over 90. So the LCM here is 90. I have 30 plus 12. So which will give you 42 over 90. If you reduce it to the lowest, you have 42 divided by 90. So we have 7 over 15. So 7 over 15. Very simple. So question number 37 says that they are of different color. So they are of different color is that probability of you pick the first one, it becomes blue. Then you pick the next one, it becomes white. Or probability of you pick the first one becomes white, while the second one becomes blue. So if you do that, you are going to have probability of picking blue is 6 over 10. And you now pick the next one, it becomes white. The white is complete, but don't forget that the blue, one of the blue is out, so the total is going to be 9 here. Okay, or means plus. So we come here again. Probability of picking white is 4 over, they are still complete, 10. And if you now pick the next one, it becomes blue. That is 6 over 9. So if you do that, you are going to have this time, 6 times 4 is 24 over 90 plus another 24 over 90, which will give you 24 plus 24 over 90, okay, which is what? 48 over 90. So if you reduce it to the lowest, we have 48 divided by 90. 48 divided by 90. So I'm going to have, to the lowest is 8 over 15. So 8 over 15 is the probability of picking different colors. Okay? So I'm going to pause the video again to write the next question. Okay, now this question is not probability question. I forgot to solve this particular question. I just saw it now and decided to include it. So it is a continuous compounded question. So permit me to attach it in this video. That is question number 21. And it said that suppose that a savings account is compounded continuously, okay, with a principal of 1,500 after years. They did not put the years. They omitted it in the question. So I decided to put 5. Okay, you can ask the lecturer to tell you the years. So I decided to add 5 myself. So if he tells you the year, then you not change it. Okay, so this 5 was added by me. Okay, so the amount increased to 5,000. Okay, then I say what was the per annum interest rate, assuming that nothing was added or withdrawn during that period. Now there's a formula to calculate the the amount of a compounded continuous what is it, a continuously compounded interest. Okay, so the formula is that amount is equal to P exponential RT. Very simple. Amount is equal to P exponential RT. So that is that. So from this point, we have that our A, the amount is that is the money, that is 5,000. Okay, and P is the one that he deposited, that is the principal of 1,500. And then we have our rate is what we are looking for, and then our time is 5 years. So if you plug it here, we are going to have that our A is equal to P exponential RT. So we're going to have that 5,000 is equal to 1,500 exponential 5r. Okay, because our t is 5. Okay, so this will now be divide both sides by 1,500. So exponential 5r will now be equal to 5,000 divided by 1,500. So therefore exponential 5r is equal to, if I divide, I'm going to have 5,000 divided by 1,000, 10 over 3. So 10 over 3. So having this, take the lane of both sides. If I take the lane of, I'm going to have lane 10 over 3. So therefore, lane is opposite of exponential, it will cancel out. So therefore, 5r will now be equal to 10 in bracket, lane 10 over 3. Then, so divide both sides by 5. So my r will now be what? Lane 10 over 3, then divided by 5. So my r will now be, so we now have lane, my answer, then I'm having that this is equal to 1.20397 all over 5. So if you get the approximate, it will now be divided by 5. I'm going to have that this is 0.24079. Okay, so if you put it in percent, you now have that the rate will now be multiplied by 100 to have 24%. Okay, as simple as that. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share to your friends, and drop your comment as well. Bye bye.